Hello everybody, what is going on, and welcome back to episode 63 today of our My Player Career Mode. 4 games coming your way, including a Carabao Cup final up against Spurs. So sit back, relax, and hopefully enjoy, and I hope you guys are doing well as well. But as we head into the post-com games of today, there's 2, Norwich and Chelsea, both in the Premier League. I wanted to discuss the current state of the AI, at least in the My Player series, because what you're about to see is pretty ridiculous. So, as we went into game against Norwich, this is a game that we would expect to dominate, especially being at home. We should be the team on the front foot. We should be the team asking all the questions. Now, I've got no problems with Norwich creating chances. You know, that will happen during the game. But I have got a problem with the way that AI plays. As you know, we play on Legendary difficulty. They did the patch to Ultimate where they gave him all boosted stats to 99. I came to the assumption, I don't know how right it is, that your players on your team do not get those boosted stats, whereas the AI do. So we bumped it back down to Legendary. And in watching this right here, I was looking at the tactics side of this and seeing how the AI adapt. But Norwich, away at Old Trafford, were dominating possession. They had a period of about 15 minutes where we didn't get the ball off them. Look at how defensive we are sitting here at home. We didn't employ a press at all. There's times in the game where your teammates decide to do errors, unforced errors as well, which are just unexplainable because there's no reason why it should happen. Especially in this game, it felt like there was nothing really that we could do differently unless we just got a lucky chance. And when we did, I wasn't able to take it, which is my issue. That's my problem. I should have taken that definitely. So I'll accept the blame for that. But what you're about to see, it's pretty ridiculous. Let me just say that. I've got no words to kind of describe it or know what's going on as De Gea makes this save, but it's this bit right here because Norwich, left-hand side, have the ball. They try and get through. Eventually, Kerr's going to win the ball back, plays it to Martial. He lays it back off with a poor pass, but I don't know what to say. Like, this is Legendary difficulty, and that is what's happening. Now, you could argue it is down to Legendary. What makes it worse is Norwich go on to score from this, so that ends up being the chance that wins them the game at Old Trafford. But this isn't the only time that I've seen it. The rest of the time, I usually edit it out because, of course, I don't need to show you it because it happens in areas where it doesn't really come back to cost us. But it did today, and I don't really know how to explain it. It just feels a bit like unless you, as your player itself, are popping off and having a great game and are able to create chance after chance or scoring chances, the rest of your teammates at times don't really make the best choices in game. Now, it doesn't just affect your teammates. It feels like it's the AI overall, because what I'm about to show you now against Chelsea looked like a totally different game because we went to their place and for the majority of the game kept them on the back foot. We didn't allow them to create a chance. And if you look at the way the game plays out, it just looks like it's too, I don't want to say scripted, but the AI only has one dimension. They don't adapt based on how the game is going. And if they did, it would make the gameplay a lot more rewarding, a lot more entertaining. Coming into this one, right, I knew full well we needed to improve on the performance, but when you see this game, we score after a matter of 20 minutes, and for the rest of the 70 minutes, Chelsea stayed in their positions like they are now. So you can see they've kind of got a back four with a midfield four. That's how they sit. They sit, they wait to win the ball back, then they'll go attack. We score after 20 minutes. At this point, a pressure should have been put on. They need to win the ball higher, especially at home. They need to get on the front foot. They need to try and put us on the back foot and make sure we aren't able to create chances. They didn't adapt. They didn't employ a new tactic. They sat in and played the same way. So remember, this is one step down from Ultimate. This isn't like we're playing beginner, amateur, professional. We're on Legendary. One step down from Ultimate. They should still be adapting based on how the game is going. Now, we did get a penalty. We ended up going on to miss this as I was substituted off. And I guess what I'm trying to get out from today's video is if by some miracle EA stumble across this, we might not get too many changes in FIFA 21 to the way the game is looking or playing or whatever, but a quality of life update to the AI would not go amiss. It would make the gameplay a lot more entertaining, rewarding to play. And at this stage right now, how many of you guys out there actually want to be sat there playing My Player Career Mode if your teammates are kicking the ball straight out of play? But nevertheless, we're going to move into the live games of the day, so hopefully you'll enjoy those. Just one game stands in the way of our cup final, and it is the Champions League round of 16 first leg away to Roma. Now, of course, the cup final is important. This one is important as well, but I'm going to try and keep the highlights a little bit more brief during this game as to not take anything away from the final itself. But we're still going to play it live, and we need a good result. So let's get into this game. For the home side, their team is there. Shalov leading the line, Rennie Adelaide in behind, but it's not a side that I really think should be beating us. However, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team selections as of late have been a little bit frustrating, to say the very least. We have a strong bench, but if you look at the starting 11, Muller leading the line with Munir on the right-hand side, Emre Can filling in at left-back, and Dalot still playing at centre-back. So, yeah, it's becoming increasingly frustrating seeing these team selections, and I just hope for the final itself we actually go with somewhat of a strong starting 11 in their correct positions. But a massive night for us here. We want to start our knockout rounds of the Champions League off right, and we've got to do that by getting a win. And we saw just how bad we could be against Norwich earlier on as Pedrosa finds us through. 9 minutes on the clock, Roma 0, Manchester United 1. There you go. That's the quality we bring. Player to watch status before we kicked off, and we had our say on the match very early on, running from midfield past this Roma defence, which doesn't really do a lot to try and stop us, does it? They try and hold the line, but we're onside easily. And it's 1v1. It's in the back of the net past Paul Lopez. There's no chance we missed that. One away goal to play with as we go on search of our second. And at the moment, there's not really been anything else to show you apart from the opening goal of this one. But it could well be number 2 if we had a left foot that worked. Martial 1-2 will get us through into the penalty area, but there's no one really to cut it back to. We will now just hold on to it. Martial blocked by Dagba. And now we've had 3 chances to find this, well, I say 3 chances. One of them went in to give us the lead. So let's say 2 chances to find this second goal. Couldn't score either one. Luis Diaz for Roma. We've got 10 seconds left. It's going to finish here. Roma 0, Manchester United 1. We do have the away goal to play with heading into the second leg. Here we go then for the Carabao Cup final. Spurs versus Manchester United. Live from Wembley Stadium. Longer on the minutes. We are playing 7 minutes a half. I'll talk about the side selection when we are in game. We'll take a look at our bench and whatnot. But I'm sure you can see Muller is leading the line for us. McTominay starting at left back and captaining the side. We'll get to look at Spurs' in just a second. Spurs line up on your screen. No Harry Kane in their starting 11. Skip is the captain for them as they go with that team. Now, I'm quite surprised, and I don't know if I saw Kane on the bench, as both teams are out and ready. Now, talking about ours, you guys know who is starting, but when you look at our bench, there's certain question marks around it. Munir on the bench, Fornals, Depay. So these are players that should be in there ahead of Muller. I've got nothing but respect for Thomas Muller, but at this stage in the series, he's 76 rated. He's 35 years old. We've got the likes of 87 rated Depay on the bench, 84 Munir on the bench. We shouldn't be having Thomas Muller start a Carabao Cup final up front. It just shouldn't happen. But I'm quite surprised by the, I guess, quality of Spurs' lineup. I don't know if they've got injuries or anything like that. I guess we will see if Harry Kane makes an appearance off of the bench, but it will be Sterling for them to get us underway in this final. Here we go, live from Wembley. It's a chance at silverware, and you guys know that I want to be winning this come the end of this game. Cucurella into the feet of Foden. He's playing a more advanced role today in central attacking midfield. Cucurella, that's brilliant. Now to Foden. Foden to score. Spurs to lead in the Carabao Cup final. I was just going to say, with Foden starting at central attacking midfield instead of the deeper holding role that we usually see him in this Spurs 11, that means that he can be as creative as he wants to be, and we know the quality that he brings. As soon as I'm going to say it, he goes and scores, but it's made brilliantly by Cucurella. Look at that. He knows exactly what he wants to do. A simple pass, and Phil Foden gives Spurs the lead. We've looked at De Gea so often this season to be our saviour between the sticks, but not today. You're not going to save that. Dominguez into the feet of Sterling. Back to Dominguez. The problem is we can't sit back and stand off this Spurs side. We need to now try and put some press on the ball. What are we doing there? Pedrosa just passes it to Sterling, whose shot, thankfully, didn't really test De Gea too much. But that's what I speak about when I say, you know, no pressure, conceding possession freely. There's no need for Pedrosa to do that. And at this stage, I sincerely worry about our chances in this final because it's all Spurs. We cannot get a foothold on this ball, and you can see we're sitting back. We're losing the game. Why are we sitting back? Press the ball carrier. Thank you. De Gea wins it back for us. Martial somehow manages to find us with that ball, and somehow it's ended up in the back of Spurs' nets. 37 minutes in, it's Spurs 1, United 1. I've got no right to score that. Absolutely none. I can't quite believe that just worked. I mean, I'm glad it did, because it's pulled us out of what has been a pretty poor first half here. Martial's hopeful pass to somehow get the touch past the defender. At that point, there's still so much to do. But boy, did we do it well. Off the inside of the post, the goalkeeper, so close, but so far. And Pochettino is fuming, and rightfully so. Half-time whistle here at Wembley. It is 1-1 at the break, all to play for in the second half. But Spurs will be a bit frustrated that they're not in front heading into the break. Free kick Spurs. Foden stood over it just outside our penalty area. Sterling there as well. He leaves it. It will be Phil Foden. It is round the wall, but it's not on target. And he's going to have to do a lot better than that to find the back of the net from there. Yeah, very, very poor free kick under the circumstances. As we look for a chance ourselves, Thomas Muller straight through. Has he got it though? Muller! No! Need I say more? If that's the pie or Mounier, that's 2-1, man. The problem is as well, he didn't have the pace. When he gets the touch on the ball, the control's fine, but he hasn't got the pace to go closer to goal. So he has to take that early because the defender's going to catch up with him. And that is not a half chance. That is a big opportunity in this final. And it's just kind of knocked out the confidence a little bit because, you know, when you put him through like that, straight through, clean one-on-one, you're hoping to see the net be hit, but it's not worked out that way. Ball over the top, Melendo gives chase, De Gea catches. Should have been a free kick there, but the referee allows De Gea to continue as he does have the ball in his hands. We're about 35 minutes away from the end of this game. And the one thing I want to avoid, and I don't want to say it too early, penalty kicks, and I'm sure you guys know why. A minute left of normal time here before we go into extra time. Luke Shaw finds Cucurella. There's surely not a chance left in this as the referee does end off the 90 minutes. I'm already mentally preparing for penalty kicks because we've had nothing really to separate the two teams. Just 2 moments of quality more than anything else. But it's a very, very strange final. Neither side willing to take the risk right now to win this game. And I think that's just the way that both teams are looking to play. I actually forgot that it goes straight to penalties, doesn't it? As that is a bug with this year's Carabao Cup in FIFA 20. Just another one to add to the list. Tottenham up first. They score. Emre Can misses. That's exactly why I didn't want penalty kicks, my friends. As Troy Parrott sends it over the crossbar. How many do we think will score today? Muller slots that one home. 1-1 on the penalties, but it should have gone to extra time. We've been through this before. Benedetti scores. Means it's 2-1 Spurs. Now, oh, come on. Go left every single time, and it's usually always worked out for me. So, you believe in yourself, and you hope that it works. Yes! It's our first goal from a penalty in a penalty shootout. 2-2. Cucurella up next. Hits the post. Lamar steps up. Yes! I thought he'd hit the post and it'd come back out. Inside, it falls in. Spurs have to score. Such an anticlimactic way to end this final, man. Really is. Dominguez up against De Gea. De Gea saves it. United are champions in the Carabao Cup final. We should have gone to extra time, but we're not going to complain about that now because we are triumphant on penalties. Man United win on penalties after astonishing drama, apparently. 3-2 in the shootout. Player of the competition has gone to Charlton's Mihalik. I apologise if I said that wrong. But it was an interesting final. Match facts-wise, Spurs had 6 shots, 3 on target. We had 3, 2 on target. They had better possession. And we still came out on top. Now, I will say today's video has been a bit sort of strange by the way I've done it. And what I've spoke about today about the AI and you know, talking about, I guess, this current state of career mode. But honestly, I think this has to be the worst I've ever seen it in terms of my time played on FIFA over the course of any FIFAs. It just feels like at every patch, there's something new wrong with the game. Still, I don't want it to be like me just talking about it and putting a downer on things. You know, I still want to enjoy the mode and whatnot. But the way that this is going, it's actually kind of ridiculous that we are now into, you know, essentially 5 months away from the new game. And we're at a stage where we can't safely say our game is playable on this patch without some form of bug, you know? Whether it's the team selection being undefined, whether it's the AI playing the current way they are, the ultimate fix, they called that, not actually being fixed. So, yeah, I don't know what to say, really, more than what I've said in today's video. But we'll stick with it. We'll end off this season and look to bigger and better things, probably away from Manchester United come the end of the year. Because as it stands right now, you know, I have handed in a transfer request. That's purely to see who's interested. Being sort of 80% of your team's goals, yeah, it's great. But the one, I'm not going to be able to do it every game. I'm going to need some support. And for the moment, with the team selection going the way it is, we're starting Thomas Muller up front, who's scored 2 goals and 1 assist in 25 Premier League games. Why? So that's the other thing as well. Team selection, I forgot to mention that. It's ridiculous. But nevertheless, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video regardless. And hopefully you understand where I'm coming from. I just want the best game possible. And by some miracle, EA might come across this video and listen to what I've said or whatever. If not, then who knows what FIFA 21 will bring to us. Maybe it'll be the same game. Probably it'll be the same game. We'll find out in the near future. But until next time, guys, have a great day. Have a great afternoon. Stay safe, and I will see you all again very, very soon with another video. Until then, adios.